Welcome to Skowinski Strategic, where we explore the geopolitical strategies that shape the world. Today we are examining a truly hot topic and a relevant one: artificial intelligence and its criticality within U.S. geopolitics and economics. People are calling it the new Sputnik moment, and why leading the AI race is crucial for the United States. Artificial intelligence, or AI, has emerged as far more than just a technological milestone. It's rapidly becoming the backbone of global power. Much like the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik in 1957 jolted the United States into leading the space race, today's breakthroughs in AI mark a pivotal moment shaping military strategies, economic strength, and international influence. AI isn't just about making smarter phones or self-driving cars. It's about who controls the tools that will define the future. For the United States, staying ahead in this race isn't just a matter of pride, it's now a strategic necessity. Falling behind could jeopardize America's security and prosperity, while leadership offers unparalleled opportunities to safeguard democracy, to drive innovation, and to set new global standards. This essay explores the geopolitical stakes of the AI race and why U.S. leadership is critical to navigating the challenges and seizing the opportunities of this new era. The geopolitical stakes of artificial intelligence. AI's influence stretches far beyond Silicon Valley, and it's reshaping military might, economic power, and changing the rules of global engagement. It's not just about making smarter gadgets, it's about who controls the tools that will define the 21st century. The nation that leads in AI will hold a decisive edge in three critical areas. The first area is military superiority. AI is revolutionizing warfare through innovations like autonomous drones, cyber defenses, and real-time battlefield intelligence. Picture a swarm of drones like the U.S. military's Perdix project, where tiny AI-guided drones coordinate to overwhelm enemy defenses, analyzing threats and striking targets faster than any human commander could. Nations like China and Russia are betting big on this future. China's PLA, or People's Liberation Army, is developing AI-driven loyal wingman drones to pair with its J-20 stealth fighters, aiming to outpace U.S. air superiority. Meanwhile, Russia itself has showcased its Lancet loitering munitions, AI-guided kamikaze drones, which they've used in Ukraine to hunt tanks with chilling precision. Both these countries are pouring billions into military AI to challenge U.S. dominance, from hypersonic missile guidance to cyber warfare bots that can cripple infrastructure. Staying ahead in AI-driven warfare isn't just about winning battles, it's about deterring adversaries like these from even starting a fight. Then there's the issue of economic leadership. AI is transforming how the world works by streamlining supply chains, automating repetitive jobs, and creating entirely new industries. For instance, Amazon uses AI to predict when a warehouse robot might fail, cutting downtime and keeping packages flowing, a trick that's saved millions of dollars in logistics costs. In healthcare, IBM's Watson AI has helped doctors at Memorial Sloan Kettering personalize cancer treatments by analyzing patient data against thousands of studies, and all within seconds, something no human could ever match. These breakthroughs aren't just hypotheticals. A 2021 PwC report estimates AI could add $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, with the U.S. poised to gain $3.7 trillion if it leads this charge. That cash could supercharge competitiveness in manufacturing, think 3D printed car parts, to healthcare, think faster drug discoveries, and even in finance, think AI trading algorithms that beat the market. Sectors employing millions of Americans and powering daily life. If the U.S. drives AI innovation, it keeps those jobs and dollars at home. If the United States lags behind rivals like China, whose Made in China 2025 plan targets AI dominance in tech manufacturing, that income and that prosperity could siphon them away. Third point is global rule setting. The country that becomes the AI leader will shape international norms, from privacy laws to ethical guidelines, deciding whether this tech protects freedoms or enforces control. Consider China's social credit system. AI-powered cameras and algorithms track citizens' every movements, from jaywalking to shopping habits, even whom they talk to. And it assigns scores that dictate access to jobs or travel. It's a stark example of what happens when an authoritarian regime leads. And they're already exporting this surveillance technology to countries like Zimbabwe, Saudi Arabia, pushing norms that favor state power over individual rights. Contrast this with the EU's GDPR, a privacy data law shaped by democratic values, which fines companies like Google for misusing any AI-collected data. If the U.S. takes the reins, it can champion rules like these, ensuring that AI prioritizes transparency, showing how the decisions are made, as well as accountability. In other words, holding firms liable for bias, and preserving a world where your smart speaker doesn't spy on you for the government. But if China dominates, the global standard could tilt forward toward facial recognition checkpoints and digital controls, further eroding the freedoms most Americans now take for granted. AI and national security is also a double-edged sword. AI is what experts call a dual-use technology, meaning that it can power both peaceful tools like better weather forecasting or military weapons like precision-guided missiles. This makes it a game changer for national security. On the plus side, AI can bolster U.S. defenses by spotting cyber attacks even before they hit, countering fake news that sways elections, or sifting through mountains of intelligence data in a matter of seconds. But it's also a risk. AI-driven deepfake videos could impersonate leaders to spark chaos, and sophisticated cyber attacks could cripple power grids. To stay safe, the U.S. just can't build a better AI. It must also protect its existing AI systems. That means securing data, the fuel of AI, stopping rivals from stealing breakthroughs, and ensuring supply chains for essentials like semiconductors, those miraculous tiny little chips that power everything from phones to fighter jets, to make sure that their supplies aren't disrupted. The risks of falling behind are serious. If the U.S. loses its edge in artificial intelligence, the fallout could strike at the heart of its strength and even way of life. And the consequences wouldn't just be theoretical. They'd ripple through security, prosperity, and freedoms in ways that can hit really hard. First, let's examine military inferiority. Rivals could wield AI-guided drones or cyber weapons to outmaneuver U.S. forces, weakening America's ability to deter threats or defend itself. Take China's DF-17 hypersonic missile, which was unveiled back in 2019. It uses AI to adjust its path mid-flight, dodging defenses at speeds up to Mach 10. That's faster than anything in the U.S. arsenal can reliably counter. Or consider Russia's Poseidon nuclear torpedo, an autonomous underwater drone designed to evade detection and strike coastal cities. In Ukraine, Russia's AI-driven cyber attacks, like the 2017 NotPetya hack that crippled global shipping giant Maersk, show how digital weapons can paralyze infrastructure from afar. If the U.S. falls behind in AI, adversaries could exploit these tools to overwhelm American defenses, turning deterrence into a hollow promise and leaving bases, ships, and even cities vulnerable to attacks no human could stop in time. There's also the aspect of economic decline. Without AI leadership, key industries could stagnate, costing jobs, and leaving the U.S. reliant on foreign tech. And that's a recipe for slower growth and less global clout. Look at the semiconductors, the chips powering everything from iPhones to F-35 jets. Taiwan's TSMC makes over 60% of the world's high-end chips, and China's pushing to dominate the rest with its Made in China 2025 plan. If the US doesn't lead an AI-driven chip design, like NVIDIA GPUs that train AI models, it risks losing control of this lifeline. In manufacturing, Japan's FANUC already uses AI robots to churn out car parts with zero human oversight. Without similar advances, US factories could shed jobs to overseas rivals. A 2023 McKinsey report warns that lagging in AI could cost the U.S. economy $1 trillion annually by 2030. Think shuttered plants in Ohio, tech layoffs in California, and a dollar that buys less on the world stage as America leans on foreign innovation just to stay afloat. Then there's the authoritarian dominance scenario. If China or Russia set AI norms, they might prioritize state control. Imagine a world where every click is watched and tracked. And that would be difficult for our personal freedoms, also threatening democracy and the open internet that Americans rely upon. China's already doing this. Its Great Firewall uses AI to censor dissent, blocking sites like Google and Wikipedia, while its Skynet system, with over 600 million cameras, tracks citizens' faces and their habits to enforce obedience. In 2021, China exported this tech to Uganda, helping its government monitor opposition leaders. And Russia's not far behind. Its Roskomnadzor agency uses AI to throttle Twitter and to silence critics, as seen during the 2022 protests. If these regimes lead AI globally, they could push standards where your Alexa logs every word for the state, or social media flags your posts before you even hit send. The open internet, where you can stream Netflix or debate on X, could shrink into a monitored cage, eroding democracy as tools meant to connect us, instead simply tighten authoritarian grips worldwide. As an aside, yes, the Chinese government did indeed name their nationwide video surveillance system Skynet, or Tianwang in Chinese. The name isn't a direct nod to the Terminator films, despite the eerie coincidence that makes it sound creepy to Western ears. In Chinese, Tianwang translates literally to sky net and comes from an ancient idiom. The net of heaven is vast, though its meshes are wide, and nothing escapes. Which suggests justice is inevitable as well as all-encompassing. Launched in 2005, the Chinese Skynet project aims to enhance public security by deploying millions of cameras, over 600 million by recent estimates, across the entire country, many of them equipped with AI and facial recognition to track individuals in real time. The Terminator connection is more of a cultural mismatch than an intentional homage. In the movie, Skynet is a rogue AI that triggers humanity's downfall, which understandably gives the name a sinister vibe in the West. But in China, the term carries a different connotation, tied to order and control, and not apocalyptic fiction. State media has even called it the eyes that safeguard China, framing it as a crime-fighting tool. Think catching fugitives or managing traffic, rather than a Western sci-fi villain. For example, in 2017, police in China used Skynet to locate a BBC journalist in just 7 minutes during a demonstration, highlighting its efficiency. Still, the creepiness isn't lost on critics. Human rights groups and privacy advocates point to Skynet's role in mass surveillance, like the social credit system or tracking dissidents in Xinjiang, as evidence of its dystopian potential. The sheer scale, 1 camera per 2 adults, and its integration with tools like Police Cloud amplify those concerns. So while the name's origin is less Hollywood-inspired than it seems, the system's capabilities can feel straight out of Terminator, a script for those wary of unchecked power. Of course, in the AI race, being in America's new Sputnik moment, it will require a strategic response. The AI race in many ways mirrors the space race of the 20th century. Sputnik's launch in 1957 shocked the US, sparking massive investments in science and education that landed Americans on the moon and cemented technological leadership. Today, AI is that same wake-up call, a signal that global competition has entered a new phase. The U.S. must respond with equal urgency through a clear, multi-pronged strategy. First, it has to invest in research and development, simple R&D. More funding for AI research is the engine of progress. Agencies like the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency, or DARPA, are already pioneering efforts like AI Next, which builds explainable AI systems, systems that show their work, autonomous tools, as well as battlefield support tech. Expanding these programs can strengthen military capabilities while sparking civilian breakthroughs, like smarter healthcare diagnostics or better climate models to tackle global warming. To point 2, strengthening STEM education. AI will need people to build it. Investing in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math education from grade school to grad school can train the next generation of AI experts. Programs like the National Science Foundation's AI Institutes are a great start, teaching cutting-edge skills to students and researchers. Scaling up can close the talent gap, ensuring that the U.S. doesn't lean too heavily on foreign brain power. We can also promote public-private partnerships. America's tech giants, Google, Microsoft, OpenAI, all lead the world in AI innovation. Pairing them with government and universities can possibly supercharge progress. Take the U.S. Department of Energy's work with NVIDIA. Their AI breakthroughs are improving climate research, drug discoveries, as well as energy efficiency, stuff that affects everyday life. These collaborations can align AI with national security as well as public needs. The fourth point is enhancing cybersecurity. AI is only as strong as its defenses. Advanced cybersecurity tools powered by AI can spot and stop threats in real time. Think of them as being digital guard dogs. The SolarWinds hack, which exposed U.S. systems to foreign spies, show how vulnerable our infrastructure can be. Investing in these protections can shield AI assets from cyber attacks, from espionage, and from supply chain sabotage. Finally, we should lead on ethical AI. The U.S. should be a champion for an AI that's fair, transparent, and one that respects human rights, setting it apart from the authoritarian models. By backing global efforts like the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD AI principles, America can shape rules that prioritize people over control, building trust with allies, and proving democratic values still lead the way. AI, it is the race for the future. The AI race isn't just about who builds the best tech, it's about who shapes the future of power, security, and values. For the U.S., leading in AI is a must to protect democracy, to maintain military strength, and to fuel economic growth. Just as the space race defined the 20th century, the AI race will probably define the 21st. By investing in research, education, partnerships, cybersecurity, and ethical standards, Americans can seize this new Sputnik moment, ensuring it stays ahead and builds a better world that's free, secure, and prosperous for generations to come.